Welcome to Conversations. I'm your host, Mel McKay. Since 1980, Hope Hospice has been providing compassionate support and exceptional care to individuals in the communities in the East Bay. I'm now joined by Jennifer Hansen, here to talk about their upcoming fundraiser and other details about Hope Hospice. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure, Jennifer. So let's make sure our listeners know everything you do. Right. What is your mission at Hope Hospice and whom do you serve?
Our mission is to serve those that are in end-of-life care, to serve them with compassion and caring for the patients and their families for the Contra Costa and Alameda counties.
You take care of the ones we love. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure. It's an honor.
Caregivers, man, there should be every day should be Caregiver Day. So last year at your annual Hike for Hope, hikers helped you raise over $100,000.
In the rain.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing the commitment. So it's coming up again this May. Tell us everything about this year's event.
It is on May 17th at Del Valle in Livermore. It's our annual fundraiser, and really it's primarily our fundraiser that helps us to provide dementia care and bereavement services for all of our communities at no charge.
Oh, it's amazing. And that 100,000 goes quick, I'm sure.
It does.
Very quick with all the services that you do. So let's talk about volunteers for the event, sponsors for the event, or Hope Hospice in general. Do you work with volunteers at Hope Hospice?
We do. We've had up to 180 volunteers at one time. They help with all types of services, our events, with patient care. They do vigil. For this event specifically, they work as trail monitors, barbecuers, tasks in the office to help put the event together, and all sorts of things. We couldn't do it without our volunteers.
Absolutely, and it's fun to be able to help with something like Hike for Hope. Absolutely. It's such a heartwarming event. And how can our viewers help you? Do you need sponsors for the hike and more volunteers?
Sponsors are always welcome. Volunteers are always welcome, and they can sign up. Go to our website at thehikeforhope.com, and you can sign up for volunteering. You can offer sponsorships. You can sign up for the event.
That's wonderful. And one of the things that I really like about the Hike for Hope is the part where people bring pictures of their loved ones. Yes. And, I'm going to cry. And they basically get to hike in memory. Tell us a little bit about that and how that aspect of the Hike for Hope was started.
That was started years ago, and they will bring a picture, or they will, some of our walkers, the majority of our walkers actually, have a loved one that has been on our service. And so this is an opportunity to walk in their memory. They will bring pictures. We have full teams. They'll put the picture of their loved one on their shirts and bring the pictures along. We also have a memoriam where they can attach their loved one's name with a shoe on, in honor of hiking for their loved one. And just a wonderful event.
Oh, I love it so much. That's so great. So we know a lot about the Hike for Hope, and we've been happy to help promote it for years and years and years. But what other events do you host at Hope Hospice?
Well, we have our Hope 100 that's coming up. That's a 100 holes of golf tournament.
Oh, fun!
And so individuals come out and they raise money and they golf 100 holes of golf in one day.
I thought 18 holes was a lot.
It is quite a feat. We have all different age groups, and so that is in the fall.
Oh, that sounds so fun. Yeah, I'd be in for the first 2 holes, and then my ADHD, I'd be like, bye. Can I drive the golf cart now?
Right.
So how about weekly support groups? That's one of the services that you provide at Hope Hospice that I think is so important. Earlier I mentioned how important caregivers are. Yes. And how when you're a home caregiver, you don't really get taken care of.
Right.
So let's talk about these support groups.
Right. So we do have a caregiver series, which there are webinars now that are online that people can see at any time that they want to take a look at that. And then we also have our bereavement groups for those that have had loved ones that have passed or just need that little bit of extra support. while they're going through this. It can be a long process for some family members, and they need that connection, that support, not just from our services, but also the community that comes together in those groups.
Wow, it's amazing. Thank you so much for caring for our loved ones. So once again, let's recap the Hike for Hope, the when, the where, the how do we register. Can we walk in the day of if, heaven forbid, we weren't sure we could attend?
Absolutely.
Good.
So you're going to thehikeforhope.com. thehikeforhope.com, and you will come on the day of the event, May 17th, show up at 8 o'clock. We have some announcements, and then we kick off the start of the hike at 8:30. You can walk at your own pace. You can walk up to 4 miles if you like. There's a beautiful scenic view. Once you get past the 2.4 mile mark, then there's a barbecue afterwards for everyone, and then there's a raffle and a chance to donate more money for the cause.
I love it. Thehikeforhope.com. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Stick around. When we come back, we're going to hear about a local winery that has a unique Mother's Day event coming up that you don't want to miss. Welcome back to Conversations. America's oldest continuously operated family-owned winery was founded in 1883 right here in Livermore. It's Wente Vineyards, and they have a lot of interesting events coming up. And here to talk about everything is Aly Wente. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Mel.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Wente is one of my all-time favorite venues. I love it so much for so many reasons.
Thank you. I know it's special.
So give us some background about what you offer, including the wine tasting, wine clubs, golfing.
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of change to our hospitality business over the last few years. So we moved all of our tasting room activity and experiences for Wente Vineyards down to our Royal Road location, where it's the mission style architecture, just beautiful kind of quintessential California, experience at your fingertips here in the Bay Area. And yeah, we have a Greg Norman designed golf course, wine tastings, food and wine experiences. We have a full on-site catering team, so we also are able to offer special private events, really great dining, food experiences.
Some of the best food ever.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so it's really fun. There's a lot to do, and we're going to have a lot coming up.
Oh, very exciting. So Mother's Day is coming up, and we love to pamper Mama.
We do.
And she deserves it. And I heard that there was a survey that said Mother's Day at KFC is the busiest day of the year for them.
Wow.
Do better. Do better.
Take them
your
to
mother
Wente.
to Wente. So you have a Mother's Day brunch and event coming up. Tell us all about it for mamas.
We do, and it is actually a very busy day for us too, because moms love wine. And it's for all ages, and we have different experiences that moms can do. So we have kind of a picnic on the lawn experience, a little bit more casual, bring your blankets, low back chairs. We also have kind of like the next echelon up, which would be you could reserve a private table, which comes with some wine and charcuterie under the shade of the trees, or you can go and book a brunch in the morning and take your whole family, different pricing for kids and adults, of course, but a really beautiful kind of elevated brunch experience for mom. And then you could go out to the lawn afterwards if you want, so you could kind of do it all.
I love it. Everything at Wente. So you also offer some stuff every single year, like the annual White Party.
Oh, yeah.
And Dog Day Afternoon. Let's dive into those.
The White Party is a party. It is so fun. Very high energy event, really about wine, and it kind of turns into a dance party. And people book this event every year, and they fly in from all over the place. I think a lot of friends use it as a reunion, and it's so fun. So definitely good food, good wine, high energy dancing. Everyone loves to dance. And Dog Day Afternoon is really fun because we partner with the local shelter, and they bring out puppies. Dogs get adopted. You can bring your dog, kind of picnic on the lawn with your dogs. So super fun family friendly, and great to support local causes.
Oh, I love that. My little senior dog Jackson, I will have to come to Dog Day afternoon.
Yeah, please do.
But he'll try and talk me into adopting a sibling.
It's hard. You have to have willpower, okay?
I don't know. He does. He loves a possession of mommy's lap. I don't think he would give that up. If I told him he'd have to give up lap, then he might not want to.
Oh, yeah. It will heal your soul to at least get some kisses from a puppy with a glass of wine in hand.
Oh, heaven. That's my utopia there.
Me too.
Let's talk about movie nights this summer, and then the Wente and the Wine and Food Festival that's in September. Oh my gosh, we better hurry. We have so much.
I know. So there's a lot going on. We have our Wine and Foods Festival, which is really meant to talk about all the products that Wente Family Estates makes, and not just Wente brand. So we have a lot of fun items to show everybody, and we'll do different food pairings throughout. So super fun festival. Movie nights, we're going to do some fun sing-alongs. I don't know if you guys have heard of a big movie that came out recently called Wicked.
Wicked.
Yes, so family friendly, super fun, out on the lawn. It's kind of like a drive-in movie.
It's going to be very popular.
I'm like, you could get me to break out into song right now. It's going to be so fun. And so we'll have fun movies. Yeah, we have so much going on.
Oh my gosh, it sounds amazing. And so we talked about the Wine and Food Festival in September. Movie nights, when do those start?
Those start as the weather gets a little bit warm, I believe in June. And they'll go all through the summer. And so, the warm nights out here, just capture that glass of wine, some fun foods. It's going to be a great time, a little casual environment, but I think just picturesque.
Exactly. And sunsets are beautiful in Livermore, but even next level when you're at Wente. I mean, there's just something about the vineyard. You see all those beautiful I love it so much.
I know, me too. So that'll be really fun. And then our concert series.
Right? Oh my goodness. Okay, when does that start this year?
That starts in the end of May. And so we have a tribute band series lineup, and then we'll have some bigger name shows going on too. And so those will go from May through September. Some really fun acts we'll be announcing soon.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being here, Aly. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
See you at Wente. Yes. Don't go far. After the break, we're going to learn about a local nonprofit that gives scholarships to Filipino American youth in Livermore. Welcome back to Conversations. I'm your host, Mel McKay. Since 1967, this nonprofit has been promoting awareness of the Philippine culture and heritage throughout cultural, social, and community-oriented programs. Joining me today are Arthur Barangay and Mel Chong from the Livermore Filipino American Organization. Thanks for joining us. And I love having another Mel here.
Thanks, Mel.
2 Mels for the price of 1.
We're so lucky.
Arthur, a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about the Livermore Filipino American Organization. When was it founded?
Sure.
And why did you feel the need for this organization?
Yeah, so I wasn't there. It was in 1967.
You look good if you were there, Arthur. I was going to say, you're going to need to give me your regimen.
I found it. Secret of life. But it was founded by migrant workers at the time who were in the Livermore and the Tri-Valley, right? San Ramon and Pleasanton Valleys. And they came to America with their American dreams, and also in the Bayanihan spirit, which is community spirit. They brought that over from where they came from in the Philippines.
That's wonderful. Now, I understand you offer scholarships to members of the organization. Tell us everything about this year's scholarship awards. Mel, you want to take that for us?
Yes, I will do that. Well, first of all, the scholarship application is open.
Good.
Yeah, it's open, and the deadline is May 2nd.
Okay.
We want to recognize, the children of Filipino American families, and so the members, the applicants should be members of the organization, or their parents or grandparents have to be members. And they would be students, seniors in the public high schools in Livermore. So Livermore High, Granada, Del Val, Continuation, Vineyard, Alternative. And they submit an application, they do their essay, they have the recommendation letters, And then we schedule each one of them for an interview with the members of the scholarship committee. You know, the panel interview, and that's where it gets very interesting because we get to talk to these applicants, and they, you know, their stories, their energy and their passion for the film community is amazing.
It must be so fun to read the essays.
That's one of the highlights. One of the highlights.
I mean, you probably could turn your essays into a book, like a book or something, with, you know, the passions of these young people trying to better their lives and asking for a scholarship. I think that's so wonderful. Are there any other requirements other than a family member has to be there and they have to be a senior in high school, has to be a member of your organization and they have to be a senior in high school? That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
You know, they submit their transcripts, you know, recommendations, and the application. Yeah, and then we do have 3 top winners.
Wow, 3.
For you know, for a monetary prize. We offer $1,000 for the first, and then $750 and $500, and the rest of the applicants, everybody gets something.
Oh, that's so wonderful that they have this opportunity. So in the past, your organization has held and participated in events like Barrio Festa, cultural events, and the Masquerade Ball. Do you have any events coming up later this year?
Yeah, so to piggyback on the scholarship awardees, we'll have a ceremony at our Filipiniana event on June 8th, which is a celebration of history and dance and also dress as well. We'll have like Miss Philippines, Little Miss Philippines,
Cute.
Miss Luzon, Miss Mindanao, Little Miss Mindanao, and all of these things. And that'll be intertwined with the scholarships as well. And then we'll have our summer barbecue at the end of July, last weekend in Livermore. And then, as you mentioned, Barrio Fiesta will happen October 5th this year in downtown Livermore, all day. Biggest celebration there is in the Tri-Valley.
So much fun.
Yeah. And then the Burr Months. Let's not forget about the Burr Months.
This. Please tell me about this.
So Filipinos, we love the Burr Months. Yeah, so there's so much festivities, happy holidays, et cetera, from September to mid-January. We're celebrating parole making, caroling, Simbang Gabi, all of these different festivities that'll happen. And then to wrap it all up, we have our Winter Gala, which you mentioned was a masquerade ball this year, black and white ball next year.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, I just want to come to the events.
Yeah.
It sounds so fun.
Please.
So where can our viewers go to find out more about your organization? Join, volunteer, donate, whatever we have to offer. Get those events down on the calendar so we don't miss them.
Yeah. So livermorephilam.org.
Okay.
And
for the scholarship, it's livermorephilam.org/scholarship.
All right, making good use of that / I like it. Mel, Arthur,
Instagram
thank you.
as well.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we're all on the gram.
Yeah.
Livermore Philam.
I love
That's it.
Excellent. Yeah, always look for on the socials because we put so much of our lives on socials. It's so fun. And we spend so much time there. We may as well just follow you and know everything.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Mel, Arthur, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mel.
Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to hear about a local nonprofit that provides care, comfort, and support to military service members and their families. Welcome back to Conversations. Since 2003, Pleasanton Military Families has been supporting those in the military and their loved ones in many ways. Here to talk about their organization is Dennis Colvin, the Vice President of Pleasanton Military Families. Dennis, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for all you do. Let's educate our listeners about what Pleasanton Military Families do. How is it founded? Let's start there before we get in your mission.
So it was founded back in 2003 by Chris Miller and Pat Fritzell. Pat being our longstanding president of Pleasanton Military Families. And it was founded based on providing support, care, and comfort to the military personnel and their families.
That's huge. Support is needed when you guys are
Yes.
fighting for our freedom. Now, what is your mission? It's basically to offer support, right?
It is. It is. Our mission statement actually is, and I'll read this really quick. It says to provide care, comfort, and support to military service members, active duty, reserve veterans and their families who live in Pleasanton and surrounding areas while their loved ones are out in the world and when they return to civilian life.
That's a tough transition.
It is.
That's such a tough transition. Thank you for the support you offer those family members.
Oh, no problem.
Let's talk about Memorial Day. Of course, it's coming up on May 26th. Let's talk about the significance of this holiday and what it means to you.
Well, to me, Memorial Day is not a holiday, I should say. It's more, it's a day of remembrance for those fallen soldiers who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. That's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, and all the barbecues and everything else are
Those are all secondary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's just the gravy. The whole point is to honor fallen service members. So tell us about your annual pack-out events. What are they and how do our viewers get involved? I'm intrigued. What is a pack-out?
Well, a pack-out is we have a group where our group gets together. We have these the boxes that are the USPS boxes. We do between 150 and 350 boxes per pack-out.
Okay.
So what we do is we employ groups throughout the valley or throughout the city here that come in, and it can be service groups and also high school students. They're looking for credits to come out and help us pack. We put it on at the Veterans Hall downtown on Main Street. We set up all the tables. We have all the products donated to us through various organizations, through families, through companies, and through stores and so forth. Right now, we're completely out in our inventory. We have our next pack out is mid-June. So we have two. We have June and November.
What type of care pack or care items are you putting in these packages?
It varies, and there's so many different things, and they are care packages. So you have socks and shirts and dental products. You have magazines. You have food products to what have you. And that is all on our website. Our website's www.pleasantonmilitaryfamilies.org.
Okay.
You can go in there to donate, because we always need donations to pay for that $25 a package.
Yep.
And again, we are a nonprofit 503c.
Okay.
None of us take an income. So the money, 100% of our funds go directly to the military.
Wow. Thank you for doing that. A lot of people that work at nonprofits draw a salary, which you work so much, I would get that.
Yep.
But that's wonderful. Thank you. And care packages do mean so much.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially for long-time deployments. And I've even sent toilet paper.
Yeah. Well,
in the past.
Well, literally, they have, we send out between 3 and 5 packages per individual service person.
Okay.
So my son, who was deployed, he was on the USS Bataan down in Djibouti, Africa, and he received 5 packages, which is it's a big overload. But the good thing about that is they always have somebody in that the realm that they're in that doesn't have anybody sending them anything.
Yeah.
And they don't have any family support. So they're able to, again, share with their comrades. So
that's so wonderful.
it is.
So before we have to wrap up, I want to talk a little bit about the yellow banners on Main Street and what those mean.
Those are all the deployed individuals in our Tri-Valley. And it's pretty cool. The city of Pleasanton does those for us. They make them. They put the name, the rank, and the military organization they're with. And they change as they get out of deployment. They're pulled out.
That's wonderful.
So
I get goosebumps just
it's
thinking,
pretty cool.
talking about it. And,
And
how that person there is protecting my freedom.
Right.
It means a lot.
As a parent, to walk down the street and see your son's banner or your daughter's banner up there is amazing.
That is so wonderful. So where do our viewers go to learn more and donate and really help you out as much as they possibly can?
Everything is on our website, www.pleasantonmilitaryfamilies.org.
Perfect.
You can donate. You can find out when our next events are. That's how we raise our funds, and along with people donating as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Dennis. It's been a
thank
pleasure
you. Thank
to
you for
have you on
having
the show.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for this edition of Conversations. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. If you did, please visit us at facebook.com/tv30.org and click that like button. For all of us here at Conversations, I'm Mel McKay. Thank you for joining us.